Welcome back, everybody, to the Washington Nationals MLB 26 franchise. We just wrapped up the NLDS against Arizona, won the last two games to take the series 3 out of 2, and now we get to take on a familiar foe, the Los Angeles Dodgers. They swept Pittsburgh in 3 straight. Now we get a rematch from back in Season 3 when these two teams met in the NLCS. Dodgers wanting revenge, and we want to assert our dominance over them. Over in the American League side, we have Seattle and the Yankees in the ALCS, so if we can get past the Dodgers, we'll take on one of those two teams. Take a look at the Dodgers lineup. Very stacked lineup. Got DePaulo playing first. Trey Turner's now their shortstop. And Volpe's on the bench. Zaire Hope is up. Harper's on the bench. Zach Neto. They got a bunch of hitters. Looks like they don't have a ton of pitching on their staff right now, so that might be very helpful if we can get into their bullpen early against lefties. This is what they're going to roll out. Neto's going to hit cleanup, and Donovan drops all the way to number 9, and Harper hops in and plays first base here and hits 5th. On the pitching rotation side, Ohtani, Yamamoto, then River Ryan, Kyle Hurts, Blake Snell. Snell's regressed down to a 79, so very top heavy with these two guys. Bullpen does not look like something that's overpowering. Got Morejon as their closer, Palencia as a setup. So yeah, if we can get into the bullpen, I think we can do some serious damage. And if we can win against these two guys, make the series much easier for us to get the victory. Playoff stat-wise, Nico Horner leads with a 444 average for them. Ohtani hitting 300, but no home runs. Tucker's hitting 190, 200 for Will Smith, 200 for Pajes. 176 for DePaula, so they're not hitting great. Pitching side, Ohtani pitching great, but no decisions. Yamamoto, same thing, no decision. River Ryan, 5 shutout innings in his 1 start. Looks like Palencia is actually getting the saves despite being shown as the setup guy, so he is their real closer, and their bullpen has 3 wins. Let's hop into this Game 1 at home. Shane McClanahan against Shohei Ohtani. That's a rematch of Game 1 back in Year 3. And I'm going to adjust this rotation so that Paul Skeens is available right here in Game 3. That will give him 4 days rest. And it also makes him available to pitch a Game 7 if need be. And if we don't go full 7, he's ready to go for Game 1 in the World Series. So let's get into this. We're going to play the first 3 games of this series in the episode. And then we'll go from there and might have 2 here and then get into a 6 or 7. But we'll get to that as we go. So Game 1, McClanahan, Ohtani, let's hop in. Stop talking, start playing games. And we have made it back to the NLCS for the 3rd straight season. Facing that familiar foe in the LA Dodgers. We are a much better team than the first time we took these guys on, even though we beat them. We have Sugar Shane on the mound. Now Paul Skeens. Skeens had to pitch us into this series, but Sugar Shane, it's good to have 2 number 1 starting pitchers in your rotation. He's hopefully going to get us this Game 1 victory. See the fans, they want the crown. They want back-to-back titles. Dodgers, I'm going to spoil our plans for the repeat. The Nationals on a mission this year. Best team in baseball, 107 wins. It's the NLCS on MLB The Show 26. There he is, Sugar Shane, first free agent that we went out, big free agent, went out and signed to help bolster our starting rotations. He had a really rough game in the LDS against Arizona, but hoping he can bounce back here at home in this game. And leading things off will be Shohei Ohtani, his mound opponent. Ohtani, the DH. First pitch is in for a strike at the letters. Got our hands full today. Got to shut him down at the plate and get to him on the mound. 0-1 count. And here's the pitch from McClanahan. Is a ground ball base hit into right field. So the Dodgers will have their leadoff man on base to start this game. And stepping into the box now will be catcher Will Smith. Hasn't had the greatest postseason thus far, but we know he's very dangerous. He's hit home runs off us in the past. Here's the 1-0 pitch to him. Runner goes, and there's a little blooper into right field, and that's going to drop in front of Wood. Little hit-and-run play there, but Ohtani had to hold up and wait, stop halfway down to see if it's going to be caught or not. So you get the first 2 men on with singles, and that'll bring up Kyle Tucker, having another rough postseason, making a lot of money. He's not putting up a lot of good numbers. He's down 1-2, and the pitch, and swing and a miss, and he strikes him out. on the high inside fastball. That's the first out of the game there. Now take a look at their lineup. So they have Zach Neto. They also have Trey Turner. So those two guys are going to play shortstop. And the rest of the guys in the lineup, Donovan's going to bat 9th against lefties and 1st against righties. That'll bring in Zach Neto, like I mentioned. He crushes lefties, especially power. Here's a ground ball up the middle. Willett's got it. Flipped to second for one. Relay to first. There we go. Defense helps us out. Fancy little 6-4-3 double play with a glove flip from Eli. Dodgers get their first 2 men on. Can't do anything with it as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Come on, boys. We need offense early. There he is, Ohtani. Led off with a single. Now he goes out to the mound, see what he's done so far in the postseason. Doesn't have a win, but he's pitched really well. So we're going to have to, he doesn't have the greatest stamina, so we're going to try and make him throw a lot of pitches, get him out of this game early if we can. Get into their bullpen. And first man up, there you go, 2028 Rookie of the Year, Tom McVay. Took a little bit of a step back offensively this year. Heading count 2-0 though. Here's the pitch, and here's a high fly ball into left center field. Racing over is DePaula. He's got that. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. See our lineup. Exact same lineup we used in Game 5 against Arizona. No changes necessary. And stepping in, C.J. Abrams. See, he had a slow start to the first round. Got a little bit hotter once we pushed him up to number 2 in the order. We can use his speed up there in front of the power hitters. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and there's a pop-up in the middle of the infield. And no one's going to get it. I guess you're going to let Ohtani take it. There we go, and there's the second out of the inning. He's not your typical pitcher on the mound defensively. And that'll bring in Wyatt Langford. Not the he had 2 hits to start the round. It kind of cooled off. Had a couple of sac flies, though, that are very important late in the series. Here's a 1-2 pitch to him, and there's a swing and a miss late on that fastball at the knees. And he strikes out, so we go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. No scores. We head to the second. Harper, Horner, and DePaula coming up for LA. And there's Bryce Harper. He's having a really good postseason so far. He's going to split time. He's only going to play against lefties, which is really kind of strange. Runs the count full. Pitch from McClanahan has a ground ball, second base. Abrams has it. Easy throw to first. There we go. 1 up, 1 down here in the second inning. Now bring in Nico Horner. He's going to bat a little bit higher against lefties. He'll bat lower against righties. He's had a great postseason as well. 2-2 count on him. And the pitch from McClanahan is strike 3 at the knees on the slider. So that's a second out here in the second inning. His second strikeout of the game. And that'll bring in Josue DePaula. He's playing left field against lefties. First base against righties. There's a ground ball up the middle. Diving stop by Abrams. Throws the first and he gets him. What a play by CJ. Not known for his defense. His range is really limited now, even at second base, but he makes a great play, lays out, gets the ball, and guns him down to end the inning. And leading off here in the bottom of the second, James Wood. He's not had the strongest postseason so far. Really need to get his bat waken, whatever you want to call it. 2-2 pitch, and he strikes out on the fastball down and away. Tardy on that one as Ohtani gets his second strikeout in a row. See this pitch down and just late decision, trying to foul that pitch off and couldn't touch it. That'll bring in Vinny. He's been very hot this postseason, hoping he can continue. That's why we pushed him back up in the middle of the order. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Ohtani. There's a ground ball backhanded by Harper. Throws to the pitcher, and there's 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. That'll bring in Okamoto. Started really hot the first 2 games against Arizona. He's cooled off since then. Dropped that average over 100 points. He works the count full, though. I'll take a walk. Here's a pitch. There's a high fly ball into left field. DePaula cruising over, and he's going to have it shy of the track. And that's another 1-2-3 inning for Ohtani and the Dodgers as we head to the third inning. Offense at a premium tonight. We're skipping ahead to the top of the fifth. Both teams struggling to get anything done offensively. Bryce Harper going to lead things off. Grounded out his first time. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And strike 3 called on the inside corner. McClanahan with a painted strike. Gets his 5th strikeout of the game. He is dominant. Been dominant since the first inning. See the replay. Absolutely painted right there on the edge. He gave up those 2 hits to start the game. He hasn't given up much of anything since. Now to bring in Nico Horner. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And nobody on, 1 out. He's behind 0-2. Looking for a punch out again. And there it is. Swings through the high fastball. So McClanahan has the strikeout pitch going tonight. Strikeout number 6. Another replay on that one. Goes letter high, and he's tardy. And that'll bring in DePaula. Grounded out to CJ, and a great play back in the first inning. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball up the middle, and CJ's got it. Turns, throws, and he guns him down for the second time in as many at-bats. So another 1-2-3 inning for McClanahan as we head to the bottom of the 5th, looking for a first hit. And leading off will be James Wood. Struck out his first time. Like I said, we're looking for our first base runner. Works the count full. We will take a walk here. Here's the pitch. And, he clips the edge, that strike zone, the ABS strike zone. That's his 4th strikeout of the game. Second one of Wood. He is so tall, has such a big strike zone. Those pitches look like a ball. That'll bring in Vinny. He grounded out his first time. Like I said, we're still looking for our first base runner of the game. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a ground ball, second base, grabbed by Horner. Takes his time, easy throw, 2 up, 2 down. Ohtani on a roll just like McClanahan. That'll bring in Okamoto. He flied out to left field his first time. And the count 2-1. Here's Ohtani's pitch. There's a shot past third base, down the line, into the corner. Okamoto around first, digging for second. DePaul has a little trouble with it. Gets it back in. And Okamoto breaks up the no-hitter, the perfect game, with a 2-out double here in the 5th. That'll bring in Dunbar. He lined out his first time. Big 2-out RBI chance here. 1-0 count. Long look. Here's the pitch. There's a shot to right field, and that one is gone. Jeremy Dunbar, 2-run shot in the second deck in right field. 110 miles an hour, and the rookie is playing like a 10-year veteran in the playoffs. Smokes his first home run. Been waiting for this both the first round, and finally we get it here in game 1 of this round. That pitch was belt high, and he belted it straight out of here. Got out in a hurry. And Ohtani goes from having a perfect game to a double and a home run, and now he's down 2-0 as Eli Willits will step in. Nobody on and 2 out. See, he flied out his first time. He's behind 0-2. Here's the pitch. And pop-up, center field. Pages is going to settle and have that for the 3rd out, but we get a double and a 2-run homer. The big blow by Jeremy Dunbar. We break this scoreless tie. We're up 2-0 now as we head to the 6th inning. And the first man up for LA here in the 6th is Andy Pages. He's down 0-2 as he fouls that pitch off to stay alive. Pages loves to hit lefties. Reset now, 1-2 count and the pitch. And strike 3 called at the letters, so another strikeout by McClanahan, his 7th of the game. That'll bring in Donovan. He grounded out his first time. And nobody on and 1 out here in the 6th. LA struggling at the plate since the first 2 batters. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And strike 3 called on the slider on the outside corner. Another strikeout for McClanahan, his 8th. He is on fire tonight. Now we go back to the top of the order, and Ohtani single to start the game. He's down 1-2. Here's the pitch. And check swing, strike 3 called. So McClanahan strikes out the side. 9 strikeouts on the game. 6 of the last 8 outs have been strikeouts. We have Ford, McVay, and Abrams coming up as we head to the bottom of the 6th. And new pitcher for the Dodgers will be lefty Jack Dreyer. See his numbers in his 2 appearances in the postseason. Harry Ford flied out his first time. He's had a red-hot postseason. See if he can get something going here. Leading off in the 6th, behind 0-2. Here's the pitch. And his little jam shot floater. That's going to get through for a base hit. So he kind of muscled that through the middle of the field, and we'll have a leadoff man on base here in the 6th inning. And for such a bad regular season, he has been lights out in the postseason. That'll bring in McVay. He's been lights out as well, but he's 0 for 2 on the night. Behind 1 and 2. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive. Past shortstop into center field. Ford around second, heading for third. And McVay gives us back-to-back hits to start the bottom of the 6th. As we're going to have men at the corners and nobody out. There we go. See this replay. McVay loves to hit against lefties. He has more power against lefties than righties. And Harry Ford at 70 speed at catcher. Very rare. That'll bring in CJ now with a chance to drive in a third run of the game. Here's the first pitch. There's a pop-up on the infield. Drifting back is Neto. He's going to have that for the first out. Kind of an impatient at-bat there by CJ. That'll bring in Wyatt. He's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Struggling at the plate right now. 1-0 count. There goes the runner. Pitch is low. Throw down, and McVay's in with a stolen base. So he kind of removes that double play opportunity. So now we have men at second and third and 1 out. Full count on Langford. Just got to get this ball past the pitcher. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball in the center field. That should do it. Pages racing back. Here's the catch. Both runners tag. Here comes the throw. Offline. And there we go. Sac fly by Langford. That's going to give us a 3-0 lead here in the 6th. Good job, Wyatt. Not getting hits, but he's getting a lot of sac flies. And that'll bring in James Wood. He's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks tonight as well. See if we can get him a 2-out hit. And the count 2-1. Here's Dreyer's pitch. And there's a high fly ball in the left field. DePaula's going to have that one easily for the third out. But we use back-to-back singles and a sac fly to get us another run, tack on run. We're up 3-0 as we head to the 7th. And the Dodgers will go down 1-2-3 in the 7th as McClanahan continues to dominate. Vinny Pasquantino going to lead things off here in the bottom half. He's ahead in the count 3-0. Here's Dreyer's pitch and outside for ball 4. So we're going to have a leadoff man on. There we go, Vinny. Good job there. Need more tack on runs. And we're going to go right to the bench. Byron Buxton's going to pinch run for him. And you know what that means. First pitch of the at-bat. Long look by Dreyer. There he goes. Here's a pitch. Strike. Throw down. Way late. And now we have another man in scoring position. Buxton not starting a lot in the postseason, but he's been getting on base, stealing bags, playing good defense in the outfield once he stays in the game. Still a weapon off the bench. Now we have a man on second, nobody out, and an 0-2 count on Okamoto. And it hits him on the hip. So he goes from 0-2 to a hit by pitch. We've been victimized by that a lot ourselves, and that'll bring in Dunbar. Big 2-run homer in the 5th, gave us a 2-0 lead. We got 2 on and nobody out here in the 7th. 1-1 pitch. There's a shot in the right center field, and that's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. 1 runs in. Okamoto rounding third. They're going to send him, and Dunbar comes through again. A 2-run double, so he's got a double and a home run and 4 RBI in his last 2 at-bats. Let's look at this replay. Right down the middle. They're lucky that stayed in the park. And once it got down, just a matter of whether Okamoto could chug around third or not. See this replay again. Man, I love hitting with this guy. And that's going to be it for Dreyer. Comes in the game and gives up 3 runs. They're going to bring in another lefty. It's going to be Carson Wisenhunt into the game. See what his stats are in his 1 appearance in the postseason. He's going to try and keep this right where it is at 5-0. They can't fall too far behind because McClanahan is clearly dominant tonight. Eli Willits will step in. And on second, nobody out. 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. Here's a 2-0 pitch from Wisenhunt. And there's a pop-up up the first base side, foul territory in the coach's box. And Harper's going to have that for the first out of the inning. Jam shot pitch there by Wisenhunt. Now to bring in Ford. He singled his last time. Scored on the sac fly. Heading to count 3-1. Here's the pitch from Wisenhunt. There's a ground ball second base. Horner's got it. Throw to first, and a runner moves up to third on the play. Now I have a man on third and 2 outs here in the 7th. And Tom McVay will step in. He singled and stole second his last time. Looking for a clutch 2-out hit here. 1-1 pitch is on the way. There's a smash in the left field. DePaula racing in, and he'll take that for the third out. But We tack on 2 more runs. Jeremy Dunbar comes through again with a 2-run double this time. We're up 5-0 as we head to the 8th inning. And leading off here in the 8th will be Bryce Harper. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Clanahan still in this game. See, this is going to be pitch number 78. 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed, and he strikes out on a circle change. Number 11 for McClanahan. Like you said, truly dominant tonight after those first 2 batters. And that'll bring in Nico Horner. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Nobody on, 1 out. Behind 1 and 2. Here's the pitch. And ground ball up the middle. Willits has it. Takes his time. Throw to first. And there we go. 2 up, 2 down. That is 23 straight batters retired by McClanahan since the 2 singles. And that'll bring in DePaula. 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. He's behind 0-2 as well. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball in the center field. Langford racing back to the track, to the wall, and it's way out of here. DePaula takes him yard as the Dodgers finally get on the board for the first time in this game. Their first hit since the first inning. It was a definite big fly deep to center field. I mean, case of too little, too late, though. Cut that down to a 5-run lead, 5-1 lead. See the replay. This drone camera I hate so much. 0-2 pitch challenged him, and he took him deep to center field. Gotta remember that for later in the series. And that's going to be it. We're going to take Shane out. He's pitched a great game. Don't want it to fall apart here late. Was absolutely filthy tonight. Did his job. Now I turn it over to the bullpen to try and get this thing finished off. And running in from the pen is going to be Louis Varland. See, he's not allowed to run in 2 innings pitched. Doing really, really well for us in the postseason. Need him to continue that right here. And first man he's going to face is Andy Pajes. Nobody on and 2 outs. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout tonight. He's down 0-2. There's the pitch from Louis. And swing and miss. Strike 3 on the slider. Another strikeout. 12th strikeout of the game by our pitchers. But Josue DePaula, the big fly, like I said, gets the Dodgers on the board, but it might be way too little too late. And we're going to pick this up in the top of the 9th. Man on second, 2 outs. Kyle Tucker at the plate, 0 for 3 with 2 Ks on the night. Varland trying to finish this game off. And there it is, strike 3 on the knuckle curve. And the Nationals use great hitting, great pitching, great defense. An absolute gem there by Shane McClanahan in game 1. And the big bat there by Jeremy Dunbar as we take game 1 convincingly 5-1. See the line score. Ohtani only gave up 2 hits, but it was a double and a 2-run homer. Our side, McClanahan, 11 strikeouts, no walks, 3 hits and 7 2/3, and Dunbar with the double and the home run. And we get the big dub to start this series off right. Take a look at this box score. See 2 hits for Ohtani. He only had 4 hits in the game. Paula with the home run. Again, great start by Ohtani, but Dreyer did not help him. 3 runs on 3 hits in 1 inning. Flip on over to our side. And we only had 5 hits in the game, but Dunbar, double and a home run, drives in 2 runs each time. That was a difference in the game. He stole a couple of bags as well. McClanahan truly dominant, and Varland does a great job to finish it off as we take that all-important game 1 here in the NLCS. And that was a big game 1 victory. Now we have a chance to go up 2-0 in the series. Home crowd fans excited into this game. And Dodgers got some work to do. They got to even this up. They want to take it back home and have home field advantage. And we want to get a big 2-0 lead at the beginning of the series. And we have another great pitching matchup on the mound today here in Game 2. Brady Singer finished 3rd in the National League Cy Young Award voting on the mound for us. And on the mound for them, 20-game winner Yoshinobu Yamamoto finished 2nd to Skeens in the Cy Young race. It's the LA Dodgers. It's the Washington Nationals. It's Game 2 of the NLCS here on MLB The Show 26. There's Brady Singer phenomenal season, 14-2 in the regular season. And his first start was okay, not great. Hopefully he can pitch better this time. He's got to make sure we keep this ball in the ballpark today. He's a sinker ball pitcher, so hopefully that one is going well for him today. First man up is Brendan Donovan. Like I said, he bats leadoff against righties, ninth against lefties. First pitch of the game is in there for a strike. Singer got to work quick, keep the ball down, keep these guys off base. Count goes full. Here's the pitch. And low and in the dirt for ball 4. The battle of an at-bat there. So Donovan works his way on. Dodgers get their leadoff man on for the second game in a row in the series. That'll bring in Kyle Tucker. Has not done much of anything this postseason or any postseason that I've noticed. Singer ahead in the count, 0-1. Here's the pitch. There's a shot into right field. Racing over is Wood. He takes it. Going to get that ball back in. That was an absolute screamer of a line drive. That's a first out. Take a look at their lineup here. You can see Smith drops to 3. DePaula at first. Turner in at short. Kwan comes in to play left. And Zaire Hope is in at DH. Otani is too tired from pitching game 1, so he won't even be in the lineup at DH. That's a huge advantage for us. Will Smith will step in now with 1 on and 1 out. First pitch to him is a high fly ball into center field. Langford racing back to the track, and he's got it in front of the wall. Throws the ball back in as Donovan has to go back to first. I was not sure if he was going to get there or not. That'll bring in DePaula, homered in his last at-bat to finish game 1. 1 on, 2 out here in the first. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch by Brady, and swing and a miss, and he strikes him out on the cutter for the third out. So we pitch around the leadoff walk. Deep fly ball to right center. Head to the bottom of the first. No score here in the very important game 2. And on the mound for them, like I said, Yamamoto. See what he did in the first round, and he did go 20-3 in the regular season, but Skeens had way more strikeouts, much better ERA. First man up, as usual, Tom McVeigh. First pitch to him is outside for a ball. There we go. See if Tom can work his way on base. We're going to do the same thing with Yamamoto we did with Otani, make him throw a lot of pitches. The count goes full. Here's the pitch to McVeigh, and is a high fly ball into shallow center field. Racing back is Turner, and he's got that on the run for the first out. Wasn't sure if that was going to drop or not. Here's our lineup. Everything stays the same. No reason to change anything at all. Now bring in CJ. Didn't get a hit last game, but played some great defense. Nobody on and 1 out. He's down 1-2. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Yamamoto quickly throws the first. And there's 2 up, 2 down. Now I'll bring in Wyatt Langford. Hitless in game 1, but he did get a sac fly, big sac fly. He's behind 0-2. He's been striking out a lot too, especially with the 0-2 counts. Here's a shot over short. That's going to get down, and it's going to go, well, not quite to the wall. Paez cuts it off, but Langford's going to be in with a 2-out double. There we go. Have a lot of trouble batting with him when he's down 0-2. See this replay. Pitch got too much of the plate. Just a little shot over short. Gets down. He's quick enough to get a double there. Now get a man in scoring position here in the first inning with 2 out. Look at that pitch drop. It just drops the bat head. That'll bring in James Wood. He's been struggling as well. Got to get his bat going. 3-1 count on him. I'll take a walk. We get Vinny on deck. Here's the pitch. Here's a ground ball. Base hit past third base. Langford around third. He's going to come in and score. And the Nationals are going to take a quick 1-0 lead here in game 2. As James Wood comes through with the clutch 2-out hit. Replay just goes with it, shoots it past the third baseman. And Langford was going to easily score on that one. And that'll bring in Vinny. You know how hot he's been in the postseason. See if he can keep this 2-out rally going. But 1 count on him. Here's Yamamoto's pitch. There's a ground ball to first, grabbed there by DePaula. He'll race to the bag for the 3rd out. But the Nationals get on the board here in the bottom of the first. James Wood, that clutch 2-out RBI hit. See if Brady Singer can hang on that lead now. And first man up for the Dodgers be shortstop Trey Turner. See his postseason numbers there. Didn't count 1-0. Here's the pitch. There's a tapper in front of the plate. Singer racing in. He's got it. Flipped the first, and he's got him for the first out. That speedy shortstop off the bases. And that'll bring in Steven Kwan. He was a menace to us 2 years ago in this NLCS. And nobody on and 1 out. 0-1 count. There's a pitch from Singer. And there's a shot into left center field, and that's going to get down to go all the way to the wall. Langford chasing it down, throws it back in, and Kwan is in with a 1-out double. Continues to wear out our pitching in the postseason. That'll bring in Pages now, the man scoring position, and 1 out. First pitch to him. Here's a ground ball, base hit to right field. Wood comes up charging. Here's the throw, and the runner has to hold at third base. So they're going to have men at the corners and only 1 out. Now bring in Nico Horner. First pitch to him. Swing and miss, runner goes, throw down to second, and Pages steals second, so that'll take care of the double play opportunity. And we pay attention to those runners. It wasn't the greatest jump, but it was an off-speed pitch and then a good throw. Another close-up of the feet first slide you don't see too often anymore. It's now second and third and 1 out. 0-1 pitch on the way, and here's a ground ball. Snagged by McVeigh, turns and throws, and Singer beats him to the bag, but they're going to score a run on the play. As Kwan scores, Pages goes to third, and this game is tied. Productive out there by Nico, and that'll bring in Zaire Hope with his first at-bat in this postseason. Again, playing DH in place of the fatigued Shohei Ohtani. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him, and there's a ground ball second base. CJ's got it, spins, throws, and there's the 3rd out. But the Dodgers get a double, a single, and an RBI ground out. Tie this game up at 1 as we head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. And leading off for the Nats will be Kazuma Okamoto. And that big double off Ohtani to break up the perfect game, and then scored on the home run by Dunbar. Works the count full here against Yamamoto, and the pitch. There's a ground ball to second base, grabbed there by Horner. Throw to first, and that's the 1st out. Looked like he swung at ball 4. That'll bring in Dunbar. He's up to 316, 1 home run, 7 ribs. Drove in 4 runs in game 1. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch from Yamamoto. There's a high fly ball into left center field. Racing over is Pages, and it is off the wall. Dunbar on his way to second. Pages has to chase it down. Here's the throw, and it's going to be a stand-up triple for the rookie left fielder, Jeremy Dunbar. Just missed a home run, hammered that pitch. And our bench is loving the rookie and his fine performance here in this series already. See the replay. Goes and gets that pitch on the outer half and drives that pitch. Man, if he could have pulled that, that's a home run. And there was no one to back up Pages. He had a long way to go, and Dunbar's like, yep, I'm going 3 on this one. And he slides in. I thought it was a stand-up, but he slides in. Doesn't matter. Got a man on third base and less than 2 outs for Eli Willits, who's had his struggles in the postseason as well. Just need to get this ball past the pitcher on the ground or in the air to the outfield. And he swings and misses. Strikes out for the 2nd out of the inning. First strikeout for Yamamoto. And a wasted opportunity there. Here's the replay. Down and away. He's just trying to foul it off. Can't get to it. Another look at that. That'll bring in Harry Ford. It's going to take a 2-out hit to give us the lead here. He's behind 0-2. Long look. Here's the pitch. And strike 3 called on the outside corner. Well, Yamamoto pitches around that 1-out triple by striking out the next 2 batters. Keeps this game tied at 1 as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. And leading up for the Dodgers be Brendan Donovan. Walked to start the game. Then he stranded. 0-1 count now. Here's a pitch from Singer. There's a shot into center field. Racing back is Langford, and it is over his head, off the wall. Donovan on his way to second. He's going to have a leadoff double here in the 3rd. He's coming on base for the 2nd time tonight. That'll bring in Kyle Tucker. 0 for 5 in the series. Lined out to right field. Screaming line drive his first time. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Singer, and by the catcher, back to the backstop, comes halfway back to the mound. Our backstop has just got like springs on it, just shoots halfway back to the mound every time. See his replay, going for the strikeout, overcooks the slider. Ford has no chance, and then that huge bounce off the wall, and Donovan's going to end up at third base on the wild pitch. Now Tucker works the count full. Here's the pitch, and outside for ball 4. So Singer, not wanting to give up that run, tried to nibble his way into a strikeout. Now to bring in Will Smith. He flied out his first time. Man at the corners, nobody out. 1-1 tie here in the top of the third. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's a swing and a miss. Throw down to second, and runner is safe as Kyle Tucker steals a bag and eliminates a double play possibility. See this replay. They're getting good jumps on Singer tonight. It's their second stolen base. Now we have an 0-2 count with men at second and third. Looking for the punch out. And there it is. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Good job there by Singer. Keeps those runners at second, third. His second strikeout of the game. You can see his pitch usage there. Now to bring in DePaula. He's 0 for 1 for the strikeout. We can use another one here. Keep those runners there. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. And it's a ground ball to short. Willits has it. Throw to first. And that's the second out, but the runner's going to score on the play. And the Dodgers can use an RBI ground out to take a 2-1 lead here in the top of the third as DePaula does his job. That'll bring in Trey Turner with a man in second. 2 outs here in the third. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. And a pop-up on the infield. Okamoto is going to have that for the third out. The Dodgers get a double, a walk, RBI ground out, and they take the 2-1 lead into the bottom half of the inning. And Tom McVay is going to lead things off for the Nationals here in the bottom of the third inning. Popped out his first time. He's ahead in the count 3-0. Here's the pitch, and high for ball 4. So Yamamoto with a 4-pitch walk. There we go. I'll take that every day, especially with McVay's speed. Now bring in CJ. You know what's going to happen on the first pitch. Here it comes. Strike. Throw down. And he's safe. That was a close play at second base. Now we have the tying run at second base with nobody out. CJ's behind 0-2 though. Long look. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball up the middle. Grabbed there by Turner. Throw to first. And that's a first out. But McVay goes to third on the play. Went on contacts. Now we have man on third, less than 2 out. Langford up. Doubled his first time. There's a high fly ball into right field. Tucker racing over. He's going to settle under it. Here's a catch. Here's a tag. Here's the throw. And it's up the third base line. McVay slides in safe, and this game is tied. Another sac fly by Wyatt Langford. He knows how to come through in the clutch. Now he'll bring in James. RBI single his first time. Got the scoring started. Down to count 1-2 here in the third. Here's Yamamoto's pitch. And it's a smash up the middle for a base hit. There we go. James heating up his second single of the night. See if we can generate a 2-out rally now. I'll bring in Vinny. Grounded out his first time. Hitless in the NLCS, but he's been hot in the postseason. Heading count 1-0. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball in the medium left field. Kwan's going to settle. He's going to have that for the third out, but we manufacture a run, a walk, a stolen base, end up with a sac fly, and this game is tied. And leading off the top of the fourth, we Steven Kwan. First pitch to him is a shot past third, down the line, into the corner. Racing over is Dunbar as Kwan on his way to second with his second double and as many at-bats tonight. That guy is a royal pest. Now to bring in Pajes. He singled hit and stole second base his first time up. Dodgers with a go-ahead run sitting out there at second. 2-2 pitch. And a swing and miss on a high cutter, and he strikes out. Singer's been down. He's getting strikeouts with the high fastball. That'll bring in Nico. Got the RBI ground out his last time. And on second, 1 out, 1-2 count, and the pitch. And a swing and a miss. He strikes out on a high four-seamer. So Brady, not known as a strikeout pitcher, using the strikeout tonight to get out of jams. They're going to have a man on second and 2 out for Zaire Hope. Grounded out his first time. 2-2 count on him. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss, and he strikes out on the slider. So a leadoff double by Kwan, and Singer rebounds, strikes out the next 3 batters, strands that runner, and we are still tied as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. And we're actually going to hop ahead to the bottom of the 5th inning. Nothing going on in either of the other 2 halves, so CJ is going to try and get something started. 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts tonight. 1-0 pitch from Yamamoto on the way. And there's a base hit past third base. There we go. Left fielder Kwan cuts it off to hold him to a single, but CJ, gotta love it when you get him on base, use his legs as well. That's why it's kind of nice having him bat in second. You know what's going to happen. First pitch. There he goes. Here's a pitch. It's a strike. Throw down, and he's in safe on a high throw. Get him on. Get him in scoring position right away. See this replay. Had a good jump. The throw was nowhere in time. Now Langford has been doing the job. He's got a double and a sac fly tonight. He's down 0-2. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss. Sinker backed up on him. He strikes out for the first out here in the inning. Strikeout number 3 for Yamamoto. That'll bring in James. He's 2 for 2. 2 singles and an RBI. Got another RBI sitting out there at second base. Count goes full. Here's Yamamoto's pitch. And outside for ball 4. There we go. Get 2 men on with 1 out. That'll bring in Vinny. Now he loves to hit with men in scoring position. And that's going to be it. They're taking Yamamoto out. He's not even going to get through 5. Going to the pen for the lefty, Jack Dreyer, going lefty on lefty, but Dreyer gave up 3 runs in his 1 inning that he pitched in game 1. And Vinny, no, it's lefty on lefty, but Vinny has great clutch rating. He's 0 for 2 tonight. See if he can get a big base hit here and see his clutch rating, 87. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a high fly ball into center field. Pajes is under it. CJ's tagging. Here's the catch and a throw, and he's going to stay there at second base. So now we're going to have 2 men on and 2 men out. Okamoto's going to step in. 1 for 4 in the series, 0 for 2 tonight. He's going to take a 2-out base hit. Get a run in here. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Dreyer, and there's a ground ball off the pitcher. And Will Smith, the catcher, is going to grab it. Throw to first is going to be late and off the bag. So that's going to be an infield hit off the pitcher. We're going to have bases loaded and 2 out here in the 5th inning as they check on Dreyer. He's going to stay in the game. That's going to bring in Jeremy Dunbar, one of our hottest hitters. A single and a triple tonight. Up with the bases loaded, 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-2 count. He does hit lefties well. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss. He strikes out on the slider off the plate to end the rally. Dreyer with a huge pitch there, getting out our hottest hitter. See how pumped he is. So we load the bases and can't get a run home. Dodgers pitch out of a huge jam and keep this game tied as we go to the 6th. And leading off for the Dodgers will be DePaula. 0 for 2 on the night. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Singer. And a swing and miss, and he strikes out on a high 4-seamer. And that's a first out here in the 6th inning. See this replay. Singer getting a lot of strikeouts and high fastballs tonight. Looking for the sinker down. He's going up high. And that'll bring in Trey Turner. He's 0 for 2 on the night. There's nobody on. 1 out here in the 6th. 3-2 count on him. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball in his center field. Langford racing back. He'll have that. That'll be 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th inning for Brady Singer. That'll bring in Stephen Kwan, 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. Absolute pest in the batter's box. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Brady. There's a shot into left field, down the line towards the corner, and it is fair and over the wall for a ground rule double. So Stephen Kwan, 3 straight doubles tonight. See this replay. A little bit of hanging sweeper. Drives it the other way and it hops over the wall. So now they're going to have a go-ahead run at second. 2 out for Pajes. Pitch to him as a ground ball. Base hit the right field. Wood comes up charging. Here's the throw to the plate. And he is safe as he just gets around the tag by Harry Ford. And the Dodgers take a 3-2 lead. Let's go look at this replay. Inside out pitch to right. Wood charges, has a strong arm, but the throw tails up the third base side, and Harry just can't catch him as he goes by. There's another view, just missed his leg. Now LA has a 3-2 lead here in the 6th inning, and that'll bring in Nico Horner. 1 on and 2 out. First pitch to him is a ground ball to third base. Okamoto's got it. Throw to first, and that's the 3rd out. The Dodgers, a double and a single. Big RBI by Pages. Give them a 3-2 lead now as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning here in Game 2. And we're going to hop ahead to the top of the 8th. We didn't do anything in the 6th or the 7th, and they didn't do anything in the 7th either. So Jojo Romero is going to come in out of the pen, try and keep this at a 1-run game. First man up is going to be DePaula, first baseman. He's 0 for 3 with 2 Ks tonight. Does have an RBI ground out. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Jojo. There's a ground ball. Diving stop by Willits from his knees. He throws and he gets him easily at first. What a play by Eli. Now you know why we moved CJ over to second. What a play. Here's the replay. The ground ball up the middle. Lays out, gets it, scrambles to his knees, throws from his knees, throws a strike and gets him by a step. That'll bring in Trey Turner. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Gotta love that defense at shortstop. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Romero to Turner. There's a ground ball up the middle again. Willits has got it. Throws across the body, and he gets him easily there. Back-to-back plays by Eli Willits, taking away hits up the middle. Let's go. That'll bring in Quan. He's 3 for 3 with 3 doubles tonight. 0-1 pitch is a shot, and it's off Okamoto's glove. Willits is going to grab it, and I was thinking he could grab that over his shoulder. They're going to give him a base hit. I thought Okamoto was going to race back and just catch it over his shoulder, and it deflected off his glove, and now we're going to the pen. Going to bring in Justin Sterner. See his numbers. He had a really rough first game, rebounded his second time. He was phenomenal during the regular season as a setup guy. He's going to face Andy Pages, who absolutely crushes lefties. 2 for 3 tonight, so see if Sterner can get him out. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and there's a base hit to right field, and that's going to get by Wood, go all the way to the wall. Throw comes back in, and they're going to send him. Here's the throw by CJ, and he is out by 20 to 25 feet. Not even close, not sure why they sent him, but a great throw and relay. Guns him down to end the inning and keep this a 3-2 lead. And look at that. It's like 1/3 of the way up the line. And leading off here in the bottom of the 8th for the Nationals be Jeremy Dunbar, 2 for 3. A single, a triple, and a strikeout. Works the count full. Daniel Palencia on the mound for the Dodgers in his 2nd inning of work. And that's low for ball 4. So Dunbar is going to get a leadoff walk. He's going to represent the tying run here in the 8th inning. They're going to the bench. Buxton's going to come in, pinch run for him, and stay in the game and play in the outfield. You know what's going to happen on the first pitch. Long look. There he goes. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball, throw down, and he's in safe. And there we go. Tying run. 90 feet closer out there at second base. Now Willits with an RBI chance. Behind 1 and 2. Here's the pitch, and a little broken bat pop-up behind third base, and Donovan's going to have that. Absolutely jam the crap out of him with a four-seam fastball. Keeps that runner at second, and that'll bring in Harry Ford. First pitch to him is a strike, throw down, and there he is, safe as Buxton steals third, catches him napping. So now a ground ball, a fly ball is going to get this game tied. There he goes, very aggressive on the base paths. See the replay, throw was high into the outside. They had no chance. So now Ford, behind the count 0-2, has to put this ball in play. Here's the pitch, and swing and a miss. He strikes out on the 102-mile-an-hour four-seamer on the hands. Big strikeout there by Palencia, and the Dodgers see this ump cam just eats him up on the inner half. And now they're going to the pen. Palencia's thrown a lot of pitches, and they don't want to give up the lead. Having him pitch tired, coming in will be lefty Adrian Morahone. See, he is not allowed to run in his 3 postseason outings. He's going to face lefty Tom McVeigh. McVeigh actually likes to hit against lefties. He has more power against lefties than he does righties. He's due. He's 0 for 3 on the night, 1 for 7 in the series. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss. He strikes out on the sinker down in the end to end the inning. So we get a man on, steal him around, get him in scoring position, and 3 straight outs as the Dodgers dodge another bullet and keep this game 3-2 in favor of LA as we head to the top of the 9th inning. And leading off for the Dodgers will be second baseman Nico Hoerner. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Does have an RBI ground out. Sterner still on the mound for us. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and there's a ground ball up the middle. Willits gets it, throws across the body, and he guns him down. That's 3 hits up the middle. He is taken away, and what is this? X-ray needed. Arm is hanging. Looks bad, and looks like Sterner's going to be out for a while. No. We cannot afford to have that guy out of our bullpen. He's our setup man. He's one of our best right-handed arms, and it looks like he's going to be out. So, wow. That is not good. And we're going to have to go to the pen. We got 3 lefties in a row coming up. And we've already used Alvarado and Romero, so I guess we're going to have to go to the rookie, Willie Valenzuela. Did not have a good first appearance. Hopefully he can do better here. Tough task for the rookie. Going to see another left-handed bat here, and Zaire Hope. He's 1 for 3 with a single and RBI. They got nobody on and 1 out. 1-2 count. Here's Willie's pitch. He has a ground ball, and Willits has it, throws across his body, and he gets him. Wow. Have a game on defense. Eli Willits, I know you're struggling at the plate, but he is phenomenal in the field tonight. That's 4 hits that he has taken away. Now bring in Brendan Donovan. He's 1 for 3 with a double. 1-2 count on him. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball into right. Wood's going to drift over and have it, and that'll be the 3rd out. So we get him out 1-2-3 in the inning, but we lose our setup guy to a big injury. We take this game to the bottom of the 9th. Abrams, Langford, and Wood coming up for the Nationals. They try and tie this game up. And CJ, first man up. Got to get him on base, use his legs. Here's the first pitch, and there's a shot in the left center field. Racing back is Kwan, and it is over his head and over the wall for a ground rule double. Man, if that could stay in the park, that might have been a triple. Drives that outside pitch. Kwan, valiant effort to get there. Dives, but just hops over into the bullpen. I'll bring in Langford now. See, he's 2 for 3 with a single, a double, a sac fly. Tying run at second, nobody out. Behind 0-2, he likes to hit lefties as well. Here's the pitch, and ground ball is short, and knocked down by Turner, and it's going to be an infield hit. But that does keep the runner at second, so we're going to have 2 men on and nobody out. James Wood at the plate. 1-0 count. Here's Morehone's pitch. There's a ground ball to second base. Horner got it, throws to first, and that's the first out of the inning as both runners move up on the play. That's going to bring in Vinny, and they're going to walk him, so they're going to load the bases and try and get out of this jam with a double play. And they'll bring in Okamoto now. Bases loaded, 1 out. Need 1 run to tie it, 2 to win it. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball into right center field. Tucker racing back, and he's got it. Runner's tag at second and third. Throw comes in, and this game is tied. There we go. Big RBI by Okamoto. Now it's going to take a 2-out hit to get the win. They're going back to the pen. Morahone is done. Coming in will be another lefty, Giovanni Moran. See what he's done in the postseason this season. And it's not Jeremy Dunbar that he's going to face. Remember, it's Byron Buxton. He pinch ran for him, stole a couple of bases, and got stranded. So Buxton's at the plate. Minute the corners, 2 out here in the 9th. Base hit will win this game. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball into right field. Tucker moonwalking back. He's going to have that for the 3rd out. But the Nats do come through finally. Drive in the tying run of the game on the sac fly by Okamoto. This game goes extra innings. Tucker, Smith, and DePaula coming up next. And Willie Valenzuela still on the mound for the Nationals. 3-2 count on Tucker. And swing and a miss, and he strikes him out on a fastball inside. And that's how we start the top of the 10th inning with that strikeout. Now I'll bring in Will Smith. He's 0 for 4 with 2 Ks tonight. Still a dangerous hitter. 0-2 count on him. Here's a pitch from Valenzuela. And check swing, strike 3. Said he went around. That's 2 strikeouts to start the inning. Good job there, rookie. That'll bring in DePaula with nobody on and 2 outs. First pitch to him. There's a shot down the right field line. That's down and into the corner. Wood racing over. He's got it. Throw comes back in. DePaula's going to be on with a 2-out double. The Dodgers have the potential go-ahead run sitting out there. And we're going back to the bullpen. Valenzuela did a great job. But we got some righties coming up. And we're going to our closer, Joan Duran. We're not going to leave him in the pen all night long. This is going to be a crucial out that we get. Definitely need to slam the door, keep them off the board. And here's Duran. He's only pitched once in this postseason. He's going to face Trey Turner. First pitch to him is in the dirt and gets away from Ford. Runner goes to third, throw down, and he's in safe. Lucky that ball didn't go down the left field line. Or that a wild pitch. So now they have the potential go-ahead run. See the replay. Good block. It just squirts away, but that was an aggressive run there by DePaula to take the extra base. Credit him. Now we have a man on third and 2 outs. 1-1 count on Turner. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball. Okamoto's got it. Throw to first, and we pitch around the 2-out double and the wild pitch. Keep this game tied as we head to the bottom of the 10th inning. And first man up for us is going to be Eli. He's 0 for 4 in the night, but he's saved 4 hits defensively. He's behind 0-2. Here's the pitch. And there's a ground ball to short. Grabbed there by Turner. Throw to first, and there's 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the 10th. Going to bring in Harry Ford. 1 for 4 on the night. First pitch to him is a shot past third base down into the corner. Ford around first, heading for second. Throw comes back in, and he is safe with a 1-out double. There we go, Harry. He has been clutch at the bottom of our order all postseason. See this replay. Line shot over Donovan's leaping glove down into the corner, and with that 70 speed, you know he's going to be in with a double. 113-mile-an-hour rocket off the bat. Now to bring in McVay, 0 for 4 with a walk and 2 steals. He's way overdue. 1-1 count. Long look by Moran. Here's a pitch. And there's a ground ball to first. Grabbed there by DePaula. Steps on the bag as Ford goes to third. The 2nd out of the inning. Now it's going to take a 2-out hit by CJ. He's 2 for 5 on the night. Been heating up. Can come up big and end this game right now. Behind 0-1. Here's Moran's pitch. There's a ground ball, second base, grabbed there by Horner. Throw to first, and that's the 3rd out. So we get the double by Ford. Can't get him in. This game stays tied as we head to the 11th inning. And first man up for LA is going to be Stephen Kwan. Major league pain in the ass. 3 doubles and a single tonight. Have not been able to get him out at all. 0-2 pitch from Duran. He swings and misses and strikes out. Apparently we had the wrong pitcher. Duran has more heat than he can handle, so that's a 1st out here in the inning. See this ump cam. Blows it by, in on his hands. That'll bring in Pajes. He's 3 for 4 with a double and 2 singles. He's also been a pain in the ass tonight. There's the 0-1 pitch from Duran. There's a high fly ball into right center field. Buxton racing over, and he's got it. There we go for the 2nd out. He came in. We moved Langford to left, Buxton to center. And that'll bring in Nico, 0 for 4 with a strikeout, 3 ground outs, and an RBI. Nobody on, 2 outs. Here's Duran's pitch. There's a ground ball. And it gets by McVay. I thought he was going to snag it, but it just got under his glove, so inning's not over yet. 2 outs, single by Horner. That'll bring in Hope, 1 for 4 with a single tonight himself. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Runner goes in the dirt, throw down, and he's safe. So Horner steals his way into scoring position. So the potential go-ahead run out there at second now with 2 outs. 1-2 count on Hope. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he strikes him out on a high fastball, triple digits. Can't handle that heat, and Duran pitches out of another jam. This game is tied now as we head to the bottom of the 11th inning. Let's go, boys. And a new pitcher for the Dodgers, Bobby Miller, former starting pitcher, moved into the bullpen exclusively now. See his numbers in his 2 postseason games. No runs allowed, but I like that .333 average. considering first man up is right-hand bat Wyatt Langford. Got 2 singles, a double, RBI, 2-2 count, and the pitch. There's a high fly ball in center field, and there it goes! Wyatt Langford with the walk-off home run in the 11th inning just gave the Nationals a 2-0 lead here in the NLCS. The man was phenomenal in the postseason last year, and he's starting to heat up here in the NLCS as he gets the game-winning nuke to dead center field. Only took 5 pitches from Bobby Miller to lose the game. Wyatt Langford, triple shy of the cycle tonight as he goes wild. The fans go wild. The players are all over the field mobbing him at home plate. And there we go. Best case scenario for us. Win the first 2 games here at home. We had so many opportunities earlier in the game. Couldn't get those runners home. And Wyatt just says, screw it. I'm just going to end it right now and drive this pitch into the night. And there we go. It was already cloudy. Now it's going to be smoky with all those fireworks going off. Huge home run. There we go, boys. No, you had a lot of guys on base, but finally a clutch hit. That's it. You get the final score of this game as Duran gets the win. Miller takes the loss. 24 hits total in this game, but only 7 runs. Take a look at this box score. 4 hits for Kwan, 3 for Baez. So 7 of their 11 hits come from those 2 guys. They had a couple of walks. They struck out 12 times. They stole 4 bags as well. Yamamoto, not a bad start, but he gets out of the game early. And then bullpen blows it in the 9th, and then they lose the game in the 11th. Flip on over to our side. 2 hits for Abrams, 4 hits for Langford, 2 hits for Wood. Look at that. 8 hits in those 3 spots in the order. Dunbar has 2 hits. We also drew 4 walks, 3 doubles, a triple, and a homer. We stole 5 bags, my bad. And Singer was a rough start. I mean, had a lot of work, but only gave up 3 runs, and the bullpen gives up no runs in the last 5 innings, and we take game 2 of the NLCS. And now we get the injury update on Justin Turner after we exit out of the game. Fractured arm. He broke his arm. He's out for the rest of the season. So we're going to have to replace him on the playoff roster. And it's going to have to be Phil Maton. And because that game went so long, I was going to play the first 3 games of the series in this episode, but we're going to cut it short right here. We will come back next episode. We'll have at least 2 games because we're up 2-0. So we'll have these middle games in LA. If there's a 6th or 7th game, they will be their own standalone episodes, but hopefully we can get the job done, get 2 wins here in LA, as Paul Skeens will be on the mound against River Ryan in that game. But that'll be the next episode. So, hey, if you guys like the content, please like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit that notification bell so you know when the next episode goes live. Up 2-0 here in the NLCS. Get a chance to finish them off without coming back home. Let's hope we get it done. You guys take care and go Nats.